Hello, screenwriters, and welcome to Writing for Screens, the screenwriting step-by-step project, Chapter 72. My name is Glenn Gers. I have been a screenwriter and TV writer for 25 years. I am taking you through my process of writing a TV pilot script, an hour-long drama from rough idea to outline to rough draft to finished draft. Hopefully, we're in the rough draft now. Letting you watch over my shoulder while I do it in the hope that that will be educational, helpful, informative, demystifying the mysterious process of writing scripts. Because it's not actually that complicated. It's difficult, it's weird, but it is actually kind of simple. The format is not that big, and you really don't have that much you can do. So I am here every Monday through Friday, if I can make it, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, working on the script for about an hour, and also available for questions. You can ask me almost anything. If for some reason you don't feel like asking me, or if you are not live when I am, you can still ask me a question. Just go to writingforscreens.com, click on Contact Me. It'll open a little window, and you can ask me a question or leave me a comment or whatever. Hello, Ellen. It is good to see you here. This is it's been a couple of weeks when I've been very busy doing screenwriting conferences and retreats and things, so I have not been around as much. But now it is time to get back into it and get this rough draft done. So, without further ado, let us, thank you, get into it. Let us remember where we were by going to the outline. And we were in the middle of the fight scene where Norman meets Madeline. And so let us get into it, because the truth is, this is a complicated scene, and action scenes always take forever to write. The combination of having to conceive of all the details and find the words to write them just means it can take you 3 or 4 days to write 2 pages. It's just, and I'm talking full writing days. I mean, I have had days when I have tried to write an action scene, and really, it's taken a couple of days to write one lousy scene. Hello, 99 Precinct. Good to see you. So let us get back into it. What has happened is Madeline is singing her head off in the living room. Dundosky has broken into the kitchen. Norman has followed him. Now they are fighting. Meanwhile, Madeline, with the music blasting, her back to them, does not even notice. I noticed this the other day. Turning away should really be here, because the point about these paragraph breaks is kind of what you're trying to do is steer the mind through different things, and the paragraph breaks are almost like, or can be like, cuts, so that right now this paragraph is about Madeline. It shows us what she's doing, and then we essentially cut to a different angle to see Dundosky. And then Norman pushes away, so we go to Norman. I made them each their own paragraph to sort of give that sense of action that cutting gives you. Cutting gives you the impression of things happening even when they're not. Anyway, the point about this is that I had Madeline turning away after the paragraph break, which meant that she was really in the wrong place mentally. So I moved that. That's what I was doing there. All right. Lava lamp. Okay. Um, um, so what I'm trying to get to here is in the outline, um, I had conceived of the idea that that there's a lava lamp fight. Oh, Maria made it. Hello, hey. So glad you could make it. Um, so I want to get to the damn lava lamp because we've had enough fighting. The truth is that anything you write, and this is important. Let's make this important by having me say it directly to you. Anything that you write in physical description is conditional. Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just use it as a jumping off point. Very often, they cannot or do not have any interest in doing exactly what you think of. And the tricky thing is, we spend so much time thinking of every precise move in a fight scene, every detail in a description. And honestly, they will not necessarily, and mostly usually, will not do what you say. It's just like, as far as they're concerned, they being people actually making the movie, this whole fight scene, this thing that I'm spending all this time getting the description of, um, is going to is just going to be an idea. You know, maybe they'll think it's cool, but mostly they'll be like, "Oh, I know what I would do with this." So that's kind of a drag, but it is. Hey, Matthew, it is how it works. I think I'm going to take a second here um, to to remind everyone why a lava lamp is an interesting weapon. Glowing yellow and orange. Don't know why. Those are the colors that came into mind. Um, Actually, I'm going to have orange blobs. What's the word for how lava lamps move? Blobs, not blobs. Orange blobs. Swirling. Now, I don't want to say swirling because he's going to whirl. Orange blobs. I say glooping. Orange blobs separating and coagulating in a bright yellow glowing liquid. Amoeba, yeah. Floating. Floating is nice, but it's a little tame compared to the weirdness of lava lamps. um, Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the lava lamp earlier on. I'm going to, yes, okay. Lit by lit mostly by a yellow and orange lava lamp. Okay, so now we have that. We've entered it into the yeah, amoeba. It's OE. It's AMOEBA. But that's okay because good try. Octopus-like, yes, it is octopus-like. It's so many things. Oh, all right. And you know what that means? Okay, so now having put the lava lamp on the shelf in front of, mentally, in front of Madeline, now I have added the fact that Norman is therefore going to push past her as well, grabbing the lava lamp. And so you've been doing that for parentheses for Lions Den Live has been using parentheses for when a character does an action or dialogue that is wrong. You mean in your script or in mine? Um, I wouldn't. By the way, I wouldn't do it. That kind of like sick, which is a Latin term for thus, like that's what they did. It's not my fault. Which is an academic term. I generally would not call attention to the fact that you are separating yourself from the character. The whole point of screenwriting is to try and put us into the story, into the moment, to accept it. And you don't really want to, if possible, sort of judge your characters or protect your own reputation as a good speller or proper grammarian. It's not my okay, cool. So I personally wouldn't note that you think it's wrong. You're committing to the fact that the character thinks it's right. And as to, do you write every move of a fight sequence? Every move you feel is cool to read. And as I said, being aware that in fact, they're not going to do what you say. So, I mean, they might not do what you say. They probably won't do it. Scaring the hell out of Madeline as he appears as to hello, this is Kitschy. So glad you're here. So yeah, what I'm trying to do is choreograph the scene so as to entertain the reader, to give them a sense of a fun physical thing, a scary, funny, scary comic thriller kind of beat, without worrying too much about whether they're actually going to do it. Okay. See, this is when you want a thesaurus, which I probably will just open soon. You want other words, like I like the word that comes to me. It says he lunges or staggers past, but I've already got staggers here, and I had lunges earlier. So I'm going to put frantically. Okay, so what I'm trying to think of is that he's like almost, he's running with his arms out, but is there a word for that? So I see frantically. See, I think of lunges, but I've used lunges. Gosh darn it. Lunges. I'm going to say lunges. Hot orange pops. Good point, Matthew, that yes, I would think a lava lamp is hot. And the main thing about this lava lamp bit is that what I conceived of is it's the sort of thing that George would have. I wanted something that was kind of retro rock and rolly, and one thing I thought was a lava lamp. And what I like about the idea is that a lava lamp just says glass. It says I'm going to smash when I hit a head, and then it's not going to break because I'm imagining it's fairly solid. Um, and so that's what I'm working on. Yeah, I'm going to take all those great verbs out. In glowing. Because we need to keep moving. Grasps. Yeah, cool. Cool, Lou. Thank you for saying hi. Hi, Lou. Grasps. Um, 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 George might also have a waterbed. Yes, possibly, possibly. I did imply that, although I think it's not the only light, but yes. Hmm. Yeah. By the way, when you're doing these things where you've got like frantic action and you've got dashes, 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 to suggest that it's not stopping, it's moving, interrupting, boom, boom, boom. Um, uh, oh wait, I was gonna say it's funny. I got all into it. She was singing with really loud music, and so I thought maybe she has a microphone, but in fact she doesn't. So I can't do feedback. Oh well. Um, um, all right. Javier, you're always such a cheerleader. I love it. Hi, good to see you. Um, yes, yes. The lamp and the strangling. Yes, this is all possible. But what I had in mind is clonks. Dundosky. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, I'm not always the world's greatest typist, and that's important. It doesn't matter as long as I can proofread. um, okay, sooner. Okay, the glass. See, it's not a cylinder. It's a it's a thing. Uh, the glass column flying out of its metal shell and glass column, the glass column flying, see, column, the glass core flying out of its metal shell and it doesn't clatter. It doesn't clatter. It glass core flying out of its metal shell and so does he? By the way, this is something I do. I will often sort of talk and act out what I am doing as I write it. So I say, and he sort of bends over, doubles over, clutching his head. Let's capitalize that. Cone. You know what? It is kind of a cone. It's kind of cone. Glass cone. It isn't really a cone because it's a cone and then a different cone. It's a spindle or something. Yes, Matthew, you have gotten where I'm headed. What I wanted was the idea that it doesn't break, but that Dondosky is actually going to trip over the rolling item, the rolling core cone thing. Cone core. And then I should spell Dondosky consistently. Okay, so what I'm doing here is having done a whole run of dashes. Okay, we got dashes, dashes, dashes. You see them here? Boom, boom, boom. Lots of dashes meaning action, cutting, cutting, action. And then at a certain point, you have to stop that. If you do that for like pages, it just numbs the reader. They start to not feel anything except exhausted. So that's why clonk, that's the end of my dashes for a while. Well, there's one, but you know what I'm saying. I'm putting some periods in. Things are happening discreetly, unexpectedly. You don't want to use the same trick until it becomes useless. No sound except the lava lamp rolling in. Except, that's not how you spell that. Except the lava lamp rolling. No sound in the darkened room except the lava lamp rolling, wobbly, and rolling, wobbly, except the lava lamp. Let's capitalize lava lamp. Watches. Yeah. Wary. No sound in the darkened room except the lava lamp rolling. Notches him wary. No sound in the wobbly. Okay, cool. Oh, that's right. Across the some wooden floor. Oops. Rolling, wobbly, like rolling unsteadily across the wooden floor in the dark. Okay, but we already said dark, so I don't have to say that twice. That is the thing. Shrieks. Okay. I called it something else. I called it something else, but I'll work on that later. So we've got you know what? Okay, so this is the sort of thing you have to think about. Reaches into his boot and draws. The truth is, you could say draws the huge gleaming combat knife from his boot sheath. Who is backed against the shelves. Norman backed against his. Let's see. Okay, so who backs, not is, backs against the shelves. Trapped. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if I got this. And this is the sort of thing, honestly, you do the best you can, and then eventually you just think you're gonna reread it, you're gonna tinker with it later. And sorry for those of you who are offended by the language, but it seems right for an enraged meth head. So, and by the way, people who are on meth and are can be good people. As actually, Dundosky is later going to be proved to be a good person. But for the moment, I need him to be scary and crazy. And people are complicated. That's the truth. That is the truth of it. That is the truth of life. Deer in headlights. Dundosky steps on the lava lamp and flies and flips like a silent movie comedian. Legs flying up. Knife flying away. Oh no, legs flying up. Arms flailing. Flips like a... You know, I probably can't say the silent comedy because we have to get the comedy without saying it. Flips like a rag doll. Like a rag doll. Cool. Head hitting the wood floor with a frightening crack. No, it's not going to crack. Thud. Cool. Hollow clunk. Okay. Thank you, Maria. That's very nice of you. Um, I appreciate that. Um, but truly, doing this, doing it is actually like I when I am doing this by myself for the past 30 years. Sometimes I've been like I am right now. I'm like really into it and working on it, and I honestly am thrilled to share it, to have somebody watching and playing along, and it's because I find this really entertaining to do this. I like writing this. I also think if you are really into it, like into the entertainment value of the actual gaming of the words, that has a value. Um, yes, to the value that communicates. And so likes are I love seeing the little thumbs go up. But I'm just having fun, and I hope you are too. Um, do you find this is Maria's asking a good question for everyone? Do you find it hard to write action scenes? Because I can tell you, it is both hard and fun. But don't kid yourself; it is hard. It takes. Um, it's not that it's difficult for me. It's that it takes work and experience to find out like what can create the illusion, the perception of the entertainment of a screen event on a page. That's a really cool challenge. The truth is, one of the greatest challenges of writing anything, writing a novel, writing a play, but to be able to find words which will transcend the wordness of them and become in the reader's mind a moment, an action, an event. With there's so many layers to that. That is a lifelong task to learn how to make your words play, to make your words become an experience in the mind of the reader. I try and do that partly by getting because it's very mechanical. It's very creative, artistic, but it's also you have to have it in your head, but be willing to work with it as you do it. So I actually like it now, but I'm not gonna kid myself. It's a lot of work. It is weird how much more work, how intense the work is to write physical action or complex visuals. Anyway. Rests. I don't like rests. Takes his knife away. Staring over the moaning meth dealer at Norman. Um, hmm. Yes, the thing about that, give yourself, a week. Give yourself a long time. The other thing is, it's better to overwrite it and edit it later. When you're in it, don't hold back. Write stuff, and then later you can craft it. Um, I this is a great question, Javier. I don't know. I would say one of the most interesting things is you have to read a lot of them. One of them isn't going to be the right model. I you know there are so many different ways to write action, and you have to find your own way. And the best way to find that is by writing a bunch of it, but also really, really reading a bunch of very different ones. Um, the truth is, at a certain point when you've been doing it professionally for a long time, you don't read a lot of them with that. Like it's sort of like it's almost like white noise for me, script style at this point. I have the style. I'm comfortable with my style, and I don't think about it a lot until I'm showing it to people. Um, but the best thing is you go on the interview. You just here. This God, did I already do this? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm going to now. Just type. Wait a second. Sorry, I was in the wrong thing here. Here we go. Type screenplay PDF into your fave search engine. Okay. So this is my suggestion. Oh, that was the wrong thing to do. There we go. What is there? Oh, no, that's it. Okay. Now I can make this nice and great. You should be doing this. You should type screenplay PDF into your favorite search engine. You will find so many sites where they have collected PDF copies of scripts for many, many shows and movies. Grab them, download the PDF, and read them at your leisure. Especially important if you can find scripts that have production company information on the title page, if they have dates on the title page, anything like that means it's probably a real script, not a transcript. The one thing you do not want to read is a transcript of anything. Transcripts are known, you can tell that they're a transcript if A, it doesn't have a title page, or B, everything in the script is exactly like it is on the screen. No script survives the production process completely right, completely unchanged. So if you are reading a script online that is exactly what you see on the screen, you're actually just reading somebody typed a transcript of the finished movie, and that's not very helpful. On the other hand, any script you can find with a title page, with a date on it, with a production company name, with a draft date, those are probably real scripts, and read those, and read a lot of those. Okay. Yes, indeed. Overwrite and edit later. It's always better. Okay. Yes, in general, those Coen brothers are great. All right. Yes, Gilroy has a style. Of course, William Goldman's famously the Butch Cassidy script. In many ways is great, although he does the cut to thing, which is really a waste of space. But he knows what he's doing. That Mr. Goldman. Okay. Okay, let's finish this. What does she say? Actually, I would say you do want to look at a shooting script. Looking at a shooting script is interesting. It's not the same as a reading script. It's not necessarily the same type. It will be overly ornate, but it can't hurt. Read a lot of scripts and you'll begin to develop a style. Who are you? What the fuck? I'm actually going to do, who are you? Also, what the, also, okay, what else could she, this is one of those things like when, sorry, there we go. Just, that's, maybe. Um, let's see. Uh, nah, funny, but nah. Yes, actually, I can tell you there's two versions of Collateral out there, which are really interesting because they're quite different. Also, there's a bunch of different Wild Wild Wests and a bunch of different aliens, and yeah, read different drafts. Also, you can read David Mamet's draft of Hannibal, which is really funny because it is entirely clear that he has done no research whatsoever into the franchise and that he took the job for the money and that he does not give a crap about Silence of the Lambs. It's a painful experience to read. Uh, that's David Mamet's draft of Hannibal, which is floating around out there. um, okay, so um, what what is happening here? That's another good one. I don't know why it goes to. Oh, I see. What is happening? Okay. So what I've done here is I'm trying a bunch of different lines. I don't know yet. I'm not going to be able to decide now. You throw down some stuff, and then later on you come back to it. That is it's a process. It's a process. Don't ever apologize, Ellen. We're all having fun here. Okay. Now, okay, so you know what what I'm thinking is, okay, Dondowski's going to get up. Now, the truth is, Dondowski is a better fighter and tougher guy and bigger man than both of them put together, and therefore he doesn't have to really be afraid of them, even though she's got the knife. And so I would say that the question is, what is going to make Dondowski give up here? Um, goes to um, okay. Yes, yes, that is true. That is true. All right. Okay. Hmm. Um, yes, he will. That's what I'm getting to. I was just trying to get to that. George's landline phone. Hastily picks up George's landline phone. Okay. Considers them. All right. So, uh, uh, now here's the thing. Um, Yes, I know. What I want to do here is this is the end of quite a sequence. So we're going to start a new one with Norman and Madeline, but which technically, because we are in the same scene, would just continue here. Madeline looks at him. But I don't want to do that. I want punctuation. I want emotional closure. So what I'm going to do here is exterior. George's house, continuous. Rubbing the other hand, he takes his phone from his pocket. And dials. Yeah, we got a problem. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. Just, yeah. Interior, George's house. Continuous. All right. So what I've done here is I just needed to get a sense of what Dundowski's attitude is, and also to give us a sense that that is over, and now a new scene is going to begin with George, with Norman and Madeline. Meanwhile, a whole lot of people are writing things. Yes, exactly. Me too. I think that that's a good thing. Yes, absolutely. I had in mind, I knew this location, I knew these people, I knew the dramatic action that had to take place, actually actions, boom, boom, boom. Aside from the physical action, there's the dramatic action. There is what is actually happening, what's changing, what relationships are being altered in this interchange. Okay, so, oh, cool. All right. This has gone on quite a bit, but we did it. We got through the scene. We have just made progress all over town. So I am going to say it is finished for today. It is completed. It is accomplished, as they say at the end of Last Temptation of Christ. It has been great to get back to work with you guys. I missed you. Be here tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. We'll get into it with a new scene. Go write something.